The PDP has reversed the suspension of Pius Anyim, Ayo Fayose, Ibrahim Shema, etc. How would you describe this move after the convulsions, so to speak, the party suffered in recent times?
Naturally, when you lose an election, the way the PDP has lost, you want to do some soul searching. You want to look inwards and see where you went wrong and what you could do. But they went about it the wrong way. It is not by sacking or kicking out your heavy hitters, the best people that you have, that you can bounce back to glory. That's not how you bounce back to preeminence. You have to you have to do a lot of um, post-mortem and ask yourself the pertinent question. What did we do wrong? Where did we go do wrong? But you can see that they were in a hurry. And then they suspended these people even without following the due process. Fayose on the 24th of March served them, his lawyer served them a letter indicating the desire to go to court for some of the tendentious comments made against him, even in the press conference where he and others were suspended. In the case of the former governor of Katsina State, Ibrahim Shema, Shema told them that if they do not reverse the suspension immediately, he will now officially go and join another party. Of course, they didn't want that to happen. So this is their chance to try to regroup, bring all their troops together, and then plan for future elections. There are still off-season elections ahead. You have to jump together, fight together as one party. And this was the suggestion I made to them. I said it at that time that it was wrong to suspend those people. You don't suspend your best. Resolve the differences and then face the future. That's what they should have done, but they made that mistake. They rushed because this a lot of things are based on sentiments in our country. A lot of things are based on sentiment. So yes, because you didn't like Fayose and the rest of them, you just felt you needed to kick them out of the party. No, that's not how to rebuild. You have to put your house in order, get everyone working together, everyone singing from the same hymnal, and then prepare for the next election. I always give the example of Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso lost in 2019. He decided that he will not fight. He won't enter an aircraft and be threatening people. He will not try to bring the roof down. He made up his mind that 4 years is not a long time. And today, I can tell you that Kwankwaso is more popular in Kano than he was in 2018 and 2019. I've said that repeatedly on TV. I've not seen anybody who will come out and say that I exaggerated or I lied because I worked in Kano for almost 9 years. I know the city of Kano, the state of Kano, like the back of my hand. So I know that Kwankwaso is a lot more popular now than he was in 2019 because he was patient. He waited for time to resolve the issues for him. And time, as they say, is a gentleman.
Right. So, BKO, can you hear me?
Let's go.
Right. So,
Yes.
our final topic for today, because of our time, new borrowings, promissory notes, others have pushed Nigeria's public debt to 46.25 trillion naira. That's about $103.11 billion as of December 31st, 2022. What's the implication of this on the Nigerian overall health status?
It's, it's, uh, it's a terrible situation because it will merely worsen things for the economy, because funds that we normally should be able to free for healthcare, electricity, education, and even response to climate, or what is called climate action, we won't be able to find the money. Our public institutions, public educational institutions are gasping for attention. But if you are spending even higher than your revenue to service debt, where are you going to find money to boost electricity, especially renewable energy and all that, across our country? It's going to be tough. So this is the reason some of us are worried. In the first 4 months of 2022, we spent 118% of our revenue on servicing debt. 118% of our revenue in the first quarter of 2022, we spent it on servicing debt, which means that we even exceeded our revenue. We must not get to the point that we'll be borrowing money to pay debt. That would be very dangerous for us as a country. During that same period, South Africa spent just 20%. Because in 2022, we spent 86% of our revenue overall to service debt. During that period, South Africa spent just 20% of its receipts on debt servicing. How can we have the more debt you garner, the more money you spend on debt servicing? And the more money you spend on debt servicing, the more difficult it is for critical sectors of the economy to find the funding that they need desperately. For example, roads won't have enough. Education won't have enough. Electricity won't have enough. Schools won't have enough. That's why we have to discourage this endless borrowing. People say, oh, that we are borrowing for infrastructure, but we have now overdone things. In 2015, our debt stock was 12.6 trillion naira. By 2016, it went to 17.360 trillion. In 2017, it went to 21.72 trillion naira. In 2018, it was 24.387 trillion. In 2019, it went to 27.401 trillion. In 2021, it went to 39.56 trillion. And 2022, last year, it went to 46.28 trillion naira. We can't continue like this. Look at the gap. At the time when this government took over, it was 12.6 trillion. Now they are handing over at 46.28 trillion. That is last year's figures. I can tell you that it's already projected that by the end of this year, it will have hit 77 trillion. So it's something to be really worried about, because you are not sourcing enough revenue to be able to service your debt without hurting the economy.